Frank busts some drug dealers in Punisher issue 1. So this series, like kind of a few of the series that have begun recently, is sort of like a reboot, renumbering, sort of reallocation of numbers for some of these series in Marvel. I know like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got one, this got one, there's obviously a new Thunderbolts. It's really weird how they're doing them all, and I wasn't too sure where this one would fall, since with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one, you sort of had to have read S.H.I.E.L.D. before that, because it was kind of a continuation, whereas like this one and the Thunderbolts one seem to be sort of for new readers. You could pick up these and not have read the previous stories of Frank Castle or Thunderbolts. But this one was actually really cool. I really enjoyed it. I, of course, wasn't too sure whether I did actually have to read the previous Punisher issues, but I actually already did, so I was kind of ready. But this one is actually a brand new sort of jumping on point for anyone who wants to read the Punisher. Obviously seen him in the Daredevil Season 2 TV show and wants to know more about him, so this is like the perfect book for people. This book sees the Punisher, Frank Castle, going after some drug dealers who are dealing this new drug called EMC, which is kind of a super soldier drug that one of the guys actually takes it when Frank busts up the crew in the warehouse, and it turns him into like this enhanced super soldier who shrugs off bullets, and Frank actually has to ram him into like a electricity box with like a piece of pry bar to actually kill him. I thought it was really cool. I'm really interested to see where this story is going to be taking, because I think he's dealt with sort of like enhanced drugs before. Like I think he did some in the Max series. I'm not too sure. It's been a long time since I read that. But I'm really interested to see where it's going, especially with the bad guy at the end who cuts off people's faces and nails them to his wall. I'm guessing that is a guy I'm supposed to know, but I can't really remember all the Punisher villains there. I guess not really memorable, mainly because they always end up dying. Really cool series. I really liked it. It wasn't from Frank's point of view, which I thought was really cool. It was more from like the DEA bad guys who were sort of dealing the drugs, and Frank is this force of nature basically who just comes in and just cleans house. And I thought it was really cool that there's this guy called Olaf, and he was one of, I guess, Frank's old crew when Frank was a Marine or in the army, which is really cool. So I'm wondering if he's maybe going to play sort of like a role in this and sort of be an anti-Punisher, since he actually also looks like Frank. I actually thought, like, to begin with, this was actually Frank undercover, and he was infiltrating the crew and then just gonna let loose on them once he finds out where their distribution is and everything. I thought it actually was Frank. So maybe he's gonna be like an anti-Punisher, because he actually works for these guys but doesn't like working for them. So maybe there's something there. Maybe he's gonna be like an informant for Frank or something. It's gonna be really interesting to find out what's gonna happen with this guy and his relationship with Frank, since they go back quite a while. But yeah, really cool jumping on point for people. I suggest people pick this comic up. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.